Chinese calligraphy on porcelain and ceramics. So first we're going to talk about the history of Chinese porcelain and ceramics, then the different types, then the characteristics of Chinese porcelain, and then how calligraphy relates to porcelain and ceramics, and then rain marks, then we'll have a short video, and finally the conclusion. So Chinese pottery originated during the Neolithic era. The pottery is made of clay, highly absorbent and air permeable, and opaque. Porcelain, on the other hand, originated a few thousand years later during the Shang dynasty. Porcelain is made of kaolinite, non-absorbent, and smooth and translucent. Early Chinese pottery was mostly used for funerary storage jars, which are containers for food and other items for the dead to take with them into the afterlife. The jars were decorated with geometric designs that employed careful brushwork, as you can see in the picture on the right. During the Tang Dynasty, Chinese ceramics became more artistic and sophisticated. For example, there's a style called Sankai that we will discuss on a future slide. One of the most famous examples of Chinese ceramics is the Terracotta Army, created near the end of the Warring States period. This is a collection of soldier sculptures made out of terracotta that were buried with the Emperor Qin Shi Huang in order to protect him in the afterlife, and you can see it on the picture on the right.
For types of Chinese ceramics, we have monochrome pottery, which is the first picture on the top left. It's from the Neolithic era and it usually came in red, gray, or black. Then we have painted or glazed pottery, which is the middle picture, and there are two types, Kai Tao and Kai Hui Tao. In Kai Tao, colors are painted on before the pottery is fired, and in Kai Hui Tao, colors are painted on after the pottery is fired. The Terracotta Army was made in Kai Hui Tao, which is why the colors have mostly completely fallen off. If the colors are painted on after the pottery is fired, it's harder for them to last because they're not protected. Then we have Sankai, which literally means three colors, and it's the horse on the bottom. And these colors are often brown, green, and off-white, but it can also include blue and black. For types of Chinese porcelain, there's Doukai, where blue paint is used to make outlines before the piece is fired, and after firing, the outlines are then colored in with paint. That's the first picture on the top left. Then there's Wukai, where the piece is painted after firing, then fired a second time to seal the colors. That's the picture on the top right. Then there's Falong Kai, which is considered luxurious and usually only for members of royalty. A layer of enamel is applied to add the colors in writing, and then the piece is fired. That's on the bottom left. And then there's Fang Kai, which is similar to Falong Kai, but are made and used by commoners instead of royalty. For characteristics of Chinese porcelain, first we have the translucence. The translucence of Chinese porcelain allows light to pass through. For the white body, traditional Chinese porcelain often has a pure white body as a canvas for intricate patterns. For glazing techniques, Chinese porcelain has a variety of glazing techniques from the blue and white underglaze to polychromatic overglaze enamel. And fine detailing. Chinese porcelain is celebrated for its intricate designs ranging from detailed geometric patterns to calligraphic inscriptions.
So how does calligraphy relate to ceramics and porcelain? Both Chinese calligraphy and ceramics have evolved from simple to complex from their invention in ancient times into modern day. Both are also forms of communication and utility that take on the aesthetics and emotional context. Chinese characters have been present on pottery since the Stone Age. The inscriptions on pottery were similar to the inscriptions found on stone tablets and bones. Starting during the Song dynasty, the writing on pottery became more secular and described ordinary life. In the Yuan dynasty, writing on pottery became more artistic and adhered to calligraphy rules. In modern day, calligraphy on ceramics and porcelain is used to express the personality of the artist and the message of the piece. Some modern pottery pieces have poetry written on them. For example, a vase with a poem that wraps around the cylindrical surface of it, as you can see in the picture on the right.
A rain mark records the name of the Chinese dynasty and the emperor during whose reign the piece was created. It's made of 4 to 6 Chinese characters and is found usually at the base of a work of art commissioned by the emperor. The most common marks are written in underglazed blue with a double circle. Rain marks were first used regularly at the beginning of the Ming dynasty and continued through the Qing dynasty. They tend to be written in either Kai Shu, which is regular script, and Zan Shu, which is seal form script. How they're made is in a 6-character mark. The first 2 characters refer to the dynasty, Da Ming for Great Ming Dynasty or Da Qing for Great Qing Dynasty. The second 2 characters refer to the name of the emperor, and the last 2 characters, Nian Shi, mean made for. 4-character marks omit the first 2 lines. The quality of genuine rain marks varies, but on pieces commissioned for the emperor, the mark should be of the highest caliber, matching the finesse of the work of art. There are many fake pieces with fake marks, and a poorly written mark on a piece intended for the emperor is a sign that it could be fake.
Here we have a short video on Chinese calligraphy on pottery. For hundreds of thousands of years, Chinese calligraphy and pottery have interacted with each other. Both art forms are artistic ways of expressing feelings or personalities, and the combination of the two offers both a physical and literary representation of theme. There are many different types of ceramics, porcelain, and calligraphy styles, and they can be combined in unique ways. Modern-day calligraphy on pottery continues the traditions that started a millennia ago.
In the comments below, please try to take the time to answer some of these questions. What was the use for the earliest Chinese pottery? What are rain marks? And what are some types of Chinese ceramics?
This is our works cited. Thank you!
Thank you so much!
Oh my god! Putting the transition to